Hello, ladies and gentlemen, as we are from Tommy County Field for today's third region baseball action between the Hancock County Hornets and the Owensboro Catholic Aces. This is JT Bell. I'm riding solo tonight. My buddy Tyler Kratzer, he's at college today, so it'll just be me on the mic. It's a beautiful day to play baseball, as we're going to go ahead and give you the starting lineups for the Hornets. Batting first will be Tanner Singleton. Batting second will be Jacob White, playing shortstop. Batting third will be Cameron White. Batting fourth and doing the pitching tonight will be Lathan Lamar. Playing left field, batting fifth will be Andrew Bloom, followed by Corey Axton behind the plate. Parker Newby in right field, batting seventh. Batting eighth will be Cole Dixon at shortstop, and batting ninth will be Cody Axton. And starting lineups for the Owensboro Catholic Aces. Batting first, Hayden. Batting second, Reed. Batting third, Durham. Batting fourth, Willman, followed by Goats. Batting sixth, McCarland. Batting seventh, Helm. Batting eighth, Evans, followed by Scales. So as we get set to get started here, Luke Hayden will step in the plate. And we're underway, and it's going to be a ball in the dirt. Start the count, 1-0. That's definitely not the start that Lathan Lamar wanted, but it's important to settle in and continue to throw strikes as I know he can, as he's coming off Tommy John surgery, and it's great to see him back out there on the mound. And the 1-0 is going to be a hit to the second baseman. Cody Axton is going to make the play, and that's one out. Now that's what you got to do is you fall ahead in the count on the first pitch, you throw it in the dirt, and you just bounce back and get you a ground ball with one out. As Max Reed steps into the plate. Now I remember playing against this kid in his past couple years playing baseball, and he's a pretty good hitter. He's more of a situational guy, and he can definitely step up to the plate. And he's got a little power as you might not expect as Lathan throws another one into the dirt. Next pitch is basically the same pitch as Lathan's making Cody work hard back there. And it's definitely to see Cody Axton back behind the plate as he took a season off last year. And I think after some talking and some communication with the coach and family, he decided to come back out here and catch for the Hornets. As Lathan has fallen behind in the count 3-0 with one out. And the 3-0 is going to be right down the plate. Three one's going to be hit to the shortstop Dixon. He's going to make the play, and Cameron White's going to hang on first and make a play for the Hornets, and that's going to be two outs as Lathan has worked out of a 3-0 start to the Max Reed. As Tyler Durham steps into the plate. Now I got to say, I do not recognize this name, but just at the looks at him and sees that he might have a little bit of power, so it'll be interesting to see what Lathan decides to do here. Mike Axton seems to say that it's going to be fastballs. And it's going to be a fastball down way, and they'll start the count 1-0. The 1-0 is going to be up. And that might find its way. Nope, Jacob White's going to step up, make the play, throw, and he's going to be out. And the Hornets going to go get a 1-2-3 inning as Lathan seemed to throw a couple balls, and he then settles down. Yep, runs the pitch count up a little bit, but he gets the job done, gets some ground balls, and makes his defense work. And we're going to go to the bottom half of the first. This is Third Region Sports Network. Check. I believe we are back. I think we might have had some technical difficulties, but I think we got it all figured out, and we're about set to start the bottom half of the first. As number 2, Tanner Singleton steps into the plate. In the last game here at Tommy County Field, he ran into one as they fell to Meade County, but Tanner did end up with having a home run to make his second on the season. So carrying that momentum into today, and after a huge win in the sectional win against Monroe County, I'd like to see what these Hornet Bats can do against a rival kind of like Owensboro Catholic. As Luke Hayden's going to start off in the count 0-1 as he brings a pitch right down the middle. The 1-0 is going to be a breaking ball that's going to fall right in across the plate. So I got to be a little surprised because some of Luke's warm-up pitches was bouncing a couple feet in front of the plate, and he's going to get a ground ball to third baseman. Third baseman's going to throw and make the play. So that's a 3-pitch out for Luke Hayden. As Jacob White's going to step into the plate. And Jacob is definitely one to bring some power. Like me and Tyler talked last game, he definitely has a lot of leadership. Try and get this Hornet offense going, and everybody rallying around him as he's going to take the first pitch up to bring the count 1-0. And the 1-0 is going to be in the dirt. Yeah, that was more of a pitch that we seen in the warm-ups. As he bounced it to the catcher, and the catcher is already working hard here in the first inning. That's going to be ball foul back. Bring the count 1-2. On deck is number 25, Cameron White. And then it's followed by the pitcher, Latham Lamar. And the 1-2 is going to get away from the catcher and going to bring the count 2-2. As I was wrong and corrected, it is count 3-1. And that's going to be laced in the right field, and that might burn the right fielder as he shades and he's going to jump and make the catch. As I thought for sure maybe Jacob White had burned the right fielder. That's going to bring 2 outs as Cameron White steps into the plate. Now, that was a good piece by Jacob White. Might have just got a little bit under it and make an adjustment next time at the plate and line it out. As Cameron White's going to take a ball up, kind of like how Jacob White started. Ball up and away. And the 1-0 is going to be fouled back, and first baseman keeps running towards like he's going to make a play, but it is well out of play. And the 1-1 is going to be a breaking ball as Cameron White's going to roll over to the third baseman and makes a difficult throw, but the first baseman hangs, and that's going to bring the first inning to a close. As we head to the top of the second, score is tied 0-0. This is Third Region Sports Network. And we're back at Tommy Count Field as we're having some fun in the press box listening to Andrew Hagman's walk-up song. As he's not in the lineup tonight, I was kind of disappointed I wasn't going to get to hear it, but definitely had some amusement as Mike Axon hooks us up here in the press box. And the second inning is about to get underway. All right. And to lead off for the Aces is going to be number 9. I'm not really sure how to pronounce his name. How do you say that, Mike? Wyman. Andrew Wyman. They're going to take a ball down, called strike. And second pitch is going to be fouled back as Lathan has started ahead on this batter. 0-2 as he kind of fell on the count on the last 3 batters in the first inning. So you might think he's made an adjustment up at the mound, maybe just taking some time to get settled in. As Lathan brings the 0-2, and it's going to be a breaking ball in the dirt, blocked by Corey Axon. He's going to make the throw to first, and that'll be a strikeout. So good work by Lathan. Good work by Corey to stop the ball, make a good throw to first. As that's going to plate number 16, Gates. And that ball is going to be down and away. Lathan's going to check him inside. He's not going to get the call as the count goes to 2-0. Now, I don't have any numbers on the Aces, but it looks like if you leave a ball over the plate against this kid, he might do some damage. As Aces seem to have a couple hefty guys on their team. As Lathan's going to have a 4-pitch walk. And that's going to give the Aces first base runner for the night. As Sam McFarland comes into the plate, and looks like we got a courtesy runner here. Mason Grant is going to be running on first base. And that places the 6-hole hitter with the runner on first with 1 out. Score still tied 0-0, and Lathan's going to throw one on the outer half of the plate. And he's going to get the strike call. 0-1 to the 6-hole batter. Curtis runner doesn't have a whole lot of lead over there. He gets an extra step. And it's going to be tried to block by Corey, but it's going to get away, and the courtesy runner is going to take the base there on the ball that just seemed to get through the 5-hole of Corey. So it'll be nice to see how Lathan responds with the runner in scoring position. He's getting a long look, steps to the plate, and it's going to be up for a ball. It's going to bring the count 2-1. We're still not taking a huge lead over there on second, as the ball is going to be called a strike on the inner part of the plate. Not really sure if Corey was expecting that pitch, as it looked like he might have got crossed up. I'm not sure. But either way, it's going to be a called strike and bring the count 2-2. Lathan gives a long look, and that might be a balk. Yep. You can tell Lathan just kind of moved his shoulder just enough, it looked like, as the runner was kind of doing a little dance out there on second. And we're going to have a runner on third after Lathan's balk. Count still 2-2, the pitch, and it's going to be laced into left field, and Bloom backs, catches it. The runner's going to tag, and all that's going to be done is going to get to the cutoff Jacob White, and that's going to be a run scored. Well done by Ace's batter as they play one run on the sacrifice fly to left field. So with 2 outs here in the bottom or the top half of the second, Sam Hines is going to step in for the Aces. Number 5, 25. What's his number? 25. And he's going to look at a ball up and in. And there's going to be another ball up and in. If you're the Owensboro Catholic Aces, you got to respect that the batter last time, he just did nothing out of the ordinary, just had a sacrifice fly, got his job done, and brought the runner in as he gets an RBI done on tonight. Didn't do too much, just did what he's supposed to, as it's going to bring the Catholic lead to 1-0 here in the top half of the second, as Lathan's going to walk another batter on 4 pitches. As Luke Evans steps into the plate, he's going to look at a ball up and away. Lathan comes set and brings the 1-0, and that's going to be fouled back. As Lathan is told to step off, he went from the windup. I guess he kind of just had a little brain mishap. Still had a runner on first. Didn't really realize it. Can't say I've never done that before. And it's going to be a ball up and in. Bring count 2-1 with 2 outs with a runner on first. As Lathan sets and the pitch is going to be up. As he's missing high at this point. He's got to dig deep, make an adjustment. As he's missed really high, he's thrown a couple in the dirt. He's had a few good pitches too, so it's just all about finding rhythm, and he's going to walk another batter. And Coach McCormick is going to call time and come out and talk to him. Now, this isn't much of a talk. This is just a, hey, we got 2 outs. Relax, deep breath. You got 2 runners on. Just make your defense work, get your ground ball, get you a fly ball, and get out of this inning and get your team ready to go in and score some runs. Just tell him to maybe slow down up on the mound a little bit, take his time, and get a good pitch, get a ground ball. As Luke Scales steps in with 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position on second base. Lathan's going to be up and in again. As it's just important for him to take a deep breath, realize that all he needs is 1 good pitch and get out of this inning. As you're facing the 9-hole batter. And now he's going to get the called strike on the inner part of the plate. That was a good pitch by Lathan. Bounce back. Bring the count 1-1. And that ball is going to be hit, and Jacob White's not going to be able to play, as it was going to be a hard play to make anyway. And Bloom's going to throw in. The ball is going to be cut off by Corey, as another run scores for the Owensboro Catholic Aces. As that was a tough play to play by Jacob White. He got a glove on it, hit off the end part of his glove, and that's going to bring the lead to 2-0, as we still have runners on first and second. Now, Lathan did a good job. He got a ground ball, as it was just just probably about, I don't know, I'd say about 3 inches out of Jacob White for making a routine play. As he's going to bounce back with a strike right down the plate. As we're in the top of the second, Aces lead 2-0. 0-1 on the bat with 2 outs with a runner on first and second. The 0-1 is going to be down and away. That was a good pitch. If it missed, he didn't miss by much. As it's going to bring count 2-1. It was there on the outside part of the plate, and I guess it was just a little too far outside to get the call. That's going to be a ball fouled in almost into the Hornets dugout. As White Baker had to get off of the bucket for a second, trying to jump so he wouldn't get hit. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's a 2-2. It's going to be down in the dirt. Tell you though, Corey Axton's working hard as he's trying to keep the runners where they are. And the runners are on the move, and that's going to be another walk. As it bounces about 3 feet in front of the plate. And that's going to load the bases for the Aces. And in's going to step Max Reed as Luke Hayden draws the walk, loads the bases here in the top part of the second with 2 outs. And that's going to be a nice pitch by Lathan Lamar as he starts ahead in the count 0-1. Might have been a changeup or a breaking ball as he left it up, and Corey had to go upstairs to catch it. So it brings count 1-1. Bases loaded, and Lathan comes set, and he's going to throw that one in the dirt. And I tell you what, I'm pretty impressed by Corey Axton as he's trying to do all he can to keep this lead only 2-0 here in the top half of the second. And that ball is going to be a lazy fly ball right to Cameron White. He's going to make the catch. And Lathan is going to do the job and get out of damage there as he only gives up 2 runs, and damage could be a whole lot worse. But we're going to go into the bottom half of the second. This Third Region Sports Network. And we're back from Tommy County Field as in the top half of the second, the Catholic Aces scored 2 runs as Lathan is going to step into the play for the Hornets. Hopefully he can help himself out a little bit, get on base, and let this offense work for him.
Leading off, bottom of the second for Hancock County, number 10, Lathan Lamar.
As Tanner Singleton, last game here at Tommy County Field, Lathan also hit a home run. And he's going to swing at a first pitch breaking ball. And 0-1 from Hayden's going to be outside, called ball. with Andrew Bloom on deck. The 1-1's going to be laced in the left field, and that's going to probably burn the. Well, that's going to be a home run. And just like I said, Latham Lamar hoping he could help himself out a little bit. I thought maybe he could get a base hit, but he's going to hit one over the left field wall. As the left fielder couldn't do nothing. He just looked up, and it was gone. I tell you what, if I keep calling these games, it's almost guaranteed Latham Lamar's going to hit a home run as he gets his second here in just a couple days. Gets the glove tap to Andrew Bloom, and that's going to bring number 19, Andrew Bloom, in to bat. And again, as I talked last time, following a home run, you just think you don't want to do too much. Just put the ball in play, do what you normally do, stay with your approach, and just pass the bat to the next man up. And Luton's going to throw one in the dirt to bring 1-0 to Andrew Bloom. And 1-0 is going to be up and in. So you start to think maybe if that home run's kind of weighing down on Luke Hayden, as it still might be on his mind, with his team still up 2-1 here in the bottom half of the second. Just when I say that, Bloom's going to roll one over to the first baseman. He's going to make the play. That's going to bring Corey Axton in. Got to be really impressed with how he worked in the top half of the second to keep runners where they were and just kept the balls in front of him and limited the damage, and it's a 2-1 ball game here. First pitch is going to be out and away to Corey Axton. Next pitch is going to be fouled back. And the 1-1's going to be up and out. Not sure if that was a breaking ball that didn't break or just a fastball up and out. As it brings count 2-1, and here's the next pitch to. I'm not really sure what happened there as Luke Hayden had the ball. He was bringing in the pitch, and it was almost as if the ball was just stuck to his hand. I'm not really sure what happened. I got to say, I've never seen that before. As the catcher goes out and talks to Luke Hayden just to see what in the world that was. As the best medicine for one of those things is just to shake it off, laugh at it. You know, that doesn't happen every single day, so you just shake that off and work to see if you can get the batter. As he's falling in the count 3-1 with one out after a solo home run by Latham Lamar. And he's going to go back to work here, and the pitch is going to be on the outer half of the plate, and he's going to draw a walk. So good job of Corey Axton, shows patience, and brings in number 30, Parker Newby. Got to say, that was very interesting. I can't say I've ever seen that before. And he's going to go up and in on Parker Newby, and he's going to swing and miss. Hayden gives a couple looks over to first base, sets, fires, and that's going to be hit on the opposite field. Left fielder's going to be able to make the play, and he's going to throw it in. As that was a good piece of hitting by Parker Newby, takes the ball where it was pitched. But unfortunately, left fielder was right there to make the grab. And with 2 outs, Cole Dixon's going to step into the plate. First pitch of Dixon is going to be called strike on low outer half of the plate. Luke Hayden has seemed to work every part of the zone here tonight. And that ball is going to be just a little too low as it hits the dirt. Good work by the catcher. Keep the runner at first. Bring the count 1-1 with 2 outs. And Hayden comes set, and he's going to do a little pickoff move. Just kind of check on Corey over there, and Corey slides in safe. And the 1-1 is up and in. I haven't seen much Cole Dixon, but what I have seen of him, I've been pretty impressed. He can work the count, hit the ball the other side of the field, as he's going to hit one to the shortstop here, and shortstop's going to make it easy, 6-4 out, and that's going to bring the second inning to a close as we go into the top half of the third. Catholic Aces are up 2-1, and this has been Third Region Sports Network. We're back, Tommy County Field, as we got a new pitcher on the mound for the Hornets. It's going to be number 30, Parker Newby, as Lathan Lamar is going to step over to first base, and Cameron White is going to move to right field. As the rest of the field looks to stay the same. As Parker has warm-up pitches and he looks ready to go. Now, he pitched against Meade County, and he struggled a little bit, but he also had glimpses of really good pitches. He worked hard. He got a lot of ground balls there in the couple first 3 innings, and we're going to see if he can keep that trend going in here against the Aces as we're ready to start the top half of the third. And the first pitch is going to be called strike on the outer half. Good work by Parker to start ahead, not fall back in the count as he brings the 0-1. It's going to be hit to second baseman, and it's going to be up the middle for a base hit. As if Cody Exton was playing a little 2 or 3 steps to his right, he might have been able to make that play, but it's going to be a leadoff single for the Aces with the runner on first. And that's going to bring the cleanup hitter. And first pitch to him is going to be a swing and miss. Fastball right down the middle of the part of the plate. And that's going to be a breaking ball out. As you could tell that might have been a breaking ball before it even came out of his hands. Parker kind of changed his wind up a little bit. And that's going to be a ball hit to the shortstop. See if they can roll 2 here. There's 1 and on to first for 2, and he's called out. So that's going to be the classic 6-4-3 double play. Is Routine ground ball hit to the shortstop, turned by Cody Axton. And first I didn't know if they were going to make the play at first, but Lathan held on, and we got 2 outs here.
Now we've got number 16, J.R. Gates.
So good work by Parker. He gets 1 runner on and lets the defense work and throws a ground ball and gets 2 outs. And the next pitch, the next batter is going to be a ball down in the dirt. And the 1-0 to number 16 is going to be fouled back. Well out of play. And that's going to be another ground ball in the same spot as the first one. And Cody Axton's not going to be able to make the play as he goes to the backhand, and it's going to sneak into the outfield. And we're going to have a runner on first as the courtesy comes in play as we've seen in the first inning. And that's going to be Mason Grant as the courtesy runner on first base. And with 2 outs here in the top half of the third. Catholic Aces is up 2-1. As that's going to be a ball down and in. 2 runs scored by the Aces in the top half of the second, followed by a solo home run by Lathan Lamar in the bottom half of the second, as Parker takes a break and looks at Lathan as he's going to throw it over to a pickoff, just check on the runner at first base. When Parker comes set and brings the 1-0, that's going to be called strike. And the 1-1 is going to be up and out. Brings count 2-1 with a runner on first. 2 outs. And Parker's going to try and catch the runner on first off a little bit as he kind of just creeps off first. Wasn't really paying attention to Parker, and Parker gives him a look, but runner gets back in time. And the 2-1 is going to be hit to Cole Dixon at shortstop. He's going to go to his knees and make the play, and he's going to make the play, the easy one. 6-4 put out as the Hornets going to go into the bottom half of the third, trailing 2-1. This is Third Region Sports Network. Back from the break as we're ready to start the bottom half of the third. You couldn't ask for better weather here at Tommy Calvin Field on a day for baseball. There's attendance is a little bit higher as the Cal Ripken kids. They were announced at the beginning of the game, got to run out onto the field for the national anthem, and as for a little kid, I'm sure that's a really big deal as they hope to play here and just a couple years, you know. Time flies by. I was small playing baseball, and now I'm done with the first year of college. So time flies as we have number 11, Cody Axton, step into the plate. And the first pitch to Cody is going to be called strike. Right on the inside part of the plate. That's going to be taken the other way as first baseman can't make the play, and I believe you got to call that a base hit as that was hit hard. First baseman tried to make the play, and it was just too much for him to handle, as that's going to bring Tanner Singleton with one runner on first. And a great spot for the Hornets to pick up a few runs here in the bottom half of the third as you bring the top of the order and Tanner calls time. And we're going to reset. So we got no outs here. Hayden comes set. Brings the 0-0, and it's going to be, that's going to be a ball called almost in the dirt. As Lathan started the first 2 innings, has brought in Parker Newby, and kind of like both of them, Luke Hayden has kind of been inconsistent on what he does at the first pitch to each batter, as he's going to throw in a breaking ball called strike, Tanner Singleton. Some's going to be up and out, some's going to be in the dirt, some's going to be beautiful first pitch strike. But only giving up 1 run so far in the solo home run by Lathan Lamar. Hayden's been fairly decent, as that's going to be a ball. I know somebody. And 2-1 is going to be a breaking ball called strike. Fell, almost as Tanner kind of was giving up on the pitch, and it fell right into the strike zone. So that's going to bring the count 2-2 with no outs, with the runner on first. So Tanner's got to shorten up. Just think a base hit, and he's going to watch that pitch all the way into the catcher's glove, as that's going to be called ball and bring the count 3-2. Still, you're just thinking of situational hitting, and I know Tanner's very good at that. Don't try to do too much. Take the pitch opposite field to hit it wherever it's pitched, and he's going to get a chopper down to the third baseman, and he's not going to be able to have time to make the double play, but he is going to throw out Tanner Singleton. But he does his job, and he moves the runner over to second base, as I would have to call that a productive out. It's probably not what Tanner wanted, but he definitely moved the runner over to second for Jacob White, and it gives a good spot for Jacob to pick up an RBI here in the bottom half of the third. So with the full count to Tanner Singleton, he does his job. He moves his runner over and steps in number 14, Jacob White, with 1 out on a runner on second. Man, it's going to be a first pitch ball just a little bit high. And almost the same pitch. As I guess they're just going to put Jacob White on here. Don't want to mess with Jacob White, as they have a base to give. Base is open. They're going to walk him, give Cameron White a chance. Maybe they're thinking get a force out at any bag. Not a terrible decision there by the Aces, as Jacob White is definitely a threat. They had a base open, and that's going to bring in Cameron White and see if Cameron White can make him pay. And he's going to hit a ball. It might get through the hole. And that's going to be a nice play by the shortstop, and definitely going to save a run, but there's going to be no play. So good job by the shortstop. Keep the ball in the infield. And that's going to bring in Lathan Lamar, as he his first at bat. Obviously, he hit a home run over the left field wall, and you know that's definitely in his head with the bases loaded. Important for Lathan Lamar just to relax. Still stay with the same approach going up to the plate. Don't do too much, as Lathan's back can definitely do the talking for himself. And he's in a great position to pick up a couple RBIs here for the Hornets, with the Aces leading 2-1 here in the bottom half of the third, as we got a meeting out on the mound. And again, that's probably just to say, hey, you remember what this kid did to you last time? Obviously, you can't put him on first. There's nowhere to put him, but work around him, get a ground ball, and see if the Aces can get out of this inning with no damage done. But on the other hand, Latham Mars comes to the plate, and he's got different intentions on his mind as Hayden's going to go from the stretch with the bases loaded. Hayden's going to take his time to the plate, and the first pitch is going to be a ball in the dirt as it's going to hit off the backstop, and it's going to go right back to the catcher as it does not give Cody a chance to take home. But, yep, Latham shows some patience. Doesn't chase the pitches. Maybe that's what Hayden was wanting to do. You know, if he can sneak out a couple strikes off bad pitches, get Latham out of his rhythm. And he's going to throw in a breaking ball. And to throw a breaking ball right into the heart of the plate. Good pitch by Hayden. One ball, one strike, one out. And there's another breaking ball. As Latham might not see a fastball this at bat. Luke's probably just going to go at him, see if he can get a breaking ball for Latham to chase. Maybe roll over on one and get a ground ball. And the 2-1 is going to be another breaking ball, and that's going to be called strike. And it's going to be 2-2. As we got a nice duel down here with Luke Hayden and Latham Marr, both seniors. The 2-2 is going to be called ball now, and it was close. But again, Latham shows patience, didn't budge, and that's going to bring a full count as we have bases loaded with one out. Hayden comes set, and the pitch, and it's going to be a breaking ball in the dirt. And that's going to bring a runner home. So good work by Latham. He did his job. He didn't chase it, bad pitches, and he finds himself on first base as we got a tie ball game. And that's going to bring in Andrew Bloom. The bases loaded with one out. And with Bloom being a pull hitter that he is, there's a big hole between second and first base. And he's going to go the opposite way, and that might be deep enough. The center fielder's going to come around. He's going to make the play. But that's definitely a good job by Andrew as the ball gets away from the catcher and the runners are going to move up on the play. Now, that wasn't a whole lot of effort by the catcher. If he catches that ball, runners are still on first and second, but instead the ball is going to get away and bring the runners to second and third. As Andrew Bloom does his job, gets the sacrifice fly, and he gives his Hornets the first lead of the night at 3-2. And in steps Corey Axon with a chance to do some more damage here in the bottom half of the third as he's got both runners in scoring position with 2 outs. And it's going to be fouled away 0-1. As there's still a huge hole between first base and second base. And that was a breaking ball, and Corey wasn't really expecting that as he has a little check swing. Not sure if he won or not, but the umpire calls that he did, and that's going to bring count to 0-2 as Corey finds himself in the hole. And the 0-2 is going to be another breaking ball, and he's going to be a chopper back to the pitcher. Some say this is the hardest play to make in baseball, but Luke Hayden makes it look easy as he gets out of the inning there with only giving up 3 runs as the Hornets threatened, brings lead 3-2, and we're going to go to the top half of the fourth. This is Third Region Sports Network. we're back from Tommy County Field. And the Hornets find themselves in the lead as the Hornets threatened, had bases loaded. Left 2 runners on in the bottom half of the third, but they do push 2 across. And that's going to bring the lead for the Hornets 3-2 as we are almost set to start the 4th inning. And Parker Newby's still on the mound as he had a pretty good outing in his first inning of work. Score's going to throw down, and we're about set and ready to go.
Leading off, top of the fourth for Owensboro Catholic, number 25, Stan High.
And that's going to be a Parker's going to start ahead here, 0-1. And that's going to be a fly ball hit to right field. Might burn Cameron White. He goes back, he looks up, and it's over his head. And that might be a stand-up triple yep, definitely a triple. As the Hornets do get a good job and get the ball into the infield rather quickly as runner almost comes off on third, but he's going to find himself on third base to have a leadoff triple for the Aces. And that's definitely not what you wanted after coming back, taking the lead in the bottom half of the third, and you give up a leadoff triple. But it's important for Parker to buckle down, go to work, because he's going to see the bottom half of this order. And that ball was hit on the money, and it was just a little too much for Cameron White to handle in right field. As Parker bounced back, throw a strike on the outer half. And that's going to be a ball hit right up the middle as the infield was playing in. Infield was in and gives no chance for the second baseman to make a play. And that's going to be an RBI, and that's going to tie the ball game. So Aces definitely take advantage of their leadoff triple as they're going to have another base hit. As the infield was in. Could definitely see where maybe you'd bring the corners in and keep your second baseman and shortstop out to make that play, but it's easy for me to say that up here is watching it. And Parker Newby's going to come set, and he's going to throw one out and away. That's going to be a called strike right down the plate. Bring the count 1-1. Batter's going to square around, so he's going to lay down a bunt, but he's going to pull back as the ball was out. Definitely in a place where you can definitely lay down a bunt. You got no outs with the runner on first. Definitely looks like you got some wheels over there on first. We'll see if the Aces go back to that as Parker comes set, and that's what they're going to do. He's going to, that was a very close pitch. I didn't know where that was, but that's going to be a called ball, and it's going to bring the count 3-1. As the batter, he squared around to bunt again, but he pulls back. And he's going to be up there swinging, and the ball is going to be in near the feet. And we're going to have 2 runners on. As the leadoff batter, Luke Hayden's going to step into the plate, the pitcher for tonight. And he's definitely in a position to help himself out. At the top of the order, he's got runners on first and second with no outs. After the leadoff triple and followed by a single, Hayden takes a pretty hearty cut as he's going to slice right through it, bring the count 1-1. It'll be interesting to see if the Hornets can dig deep, get out of this jam, as they gave up one to take away their lead. And Hayden has the same cut again. He's going to miss and bring the count 1-2. See if Parker can settle in, get him a ground ball, maybe in double play ball if possible. Both some wheels here at the plate, that might be kind of hard to accomplish, but definitely looking for any way to get it out, as the Hornets are in some desperate need to find one here. And that's going to be a ball up to bring count 2-2. The 2-2, he's going to be called strike 3 as Hayden swings right through it. He did everything but hit the baseball there. Three hefty cuts, and he's going to go down, and that's going to bring one out, as that's a very impressive strikeout for Parker Newby as he sits down the leadoff batter, Luke Hayden, and a very clutch moment to get an out. Now you're in a more definite position to get out of this inning with one out with runners in first and second. You got to force out anywhere. Good work by Parker Newby to come through there and get a strikeout when he definitely needed it most. And Parker stepped off the mound a couple times. Here, just kind of, I'm not really sure what he's doing. He's got a little momentum going, and Max Reed's going to call time. And I'm not sure if anybody wants to get this game going. Is the pitcher and the batter kind of. And there's the pitch. I thought that maybe hit Reed, but instead the ball was down in the dirt, and the runners are going to move up a base. As runners are now on second and third here in the top half of the fourth with 1-1 to Max Reed with one out. Definitely takes the force out away with the ball in the dirt, and that's going to be a ball outside. Max Reed, the two-hole hitter. Take the pitch from Parker Newby, and that's going to be also down the dirt and right underneath the umpire. As the umpire has to do a little skip to get out of the way of Corey, and that's going to bring the count 3-1. Man, the 3-1 to Reed is going to be fouled back. It's a good job by Parker to not give in, see if he can work through this batter and get a strikeout, or any way they'll take it out. Hornets will definitely take it, as they got runners on second and third, threatening here in the fourth, as they've already scored one to bring the tie of 3-3, and the ball is going to be foul ball. Yep, I thought maybe it was foul ball. As Jacob White makes a nice play, it's not going to count. Not sure if it hit off his foot or what happened there, but it looked a little funny. I thought it was a foul ball, as the umpire did call it a foul ball. Brings Max Reed back. And full count to Reed. Parker brings the pitch, and it's going to be a ball. And Coach McCormick's going to call time, go talk to his pitcher. After the runners advance, we got a walk, and that's going to be bases loaded. Now, in these situations, that's not the best thing, but that's not always the worst thing either. When you got one out, and you definitely got to force anywhere. As a coach, you definitely want to keep your short and second baseman in double play position where they can definitely get a double play, or maybe bring the corners in to get an out here at home. And we'll be kind of interested to see what they do, as catcher Corey Axton goes over, talks to Jacob and Dixon, maybe trying to figure out some defensive positioning. This is a very crucial moment here in the fourth. We'll see what the defense does. I believe that's exactly what they're going to do, is they're going to bring the corners in, Shortstop and second baseman is in double play depth. And that's going to be called strike right down the plate by Parker Newby. With 1 out, bases loaded here in the top half of the 4th. As this is the cleanup batter. That's going to be fouled, out of play. Hit hard, but as many people say, that's just a long strike. As Corey Exton's going to go talk to Parker. Not sure if he missed a sign or if Corey got crossed up. I believe he might have got crossed up, as that might not have been the pitch that Corey was expecting. Goes out, talks to Parker. Hopefully they get things lined out. But either way, Parker's up on this batter 0-2 with 1 out. And the 0-2. It's going to be a breaking ball called strike 3. As that was a beautiful pitch. I wasn't sure if he was going to get the call because it looked a little high, but it seemed to fall right in the strike zone. As that was a beautiful pitch by Parker to get the batter down in 3 strikes. Now we got 2 outs. With 2 outs here, and the infield's going to scoot back, normal death, got any play. He's going to throw another pitch kind of almost the same way. I'm not sure how he didn't get the call. It looked like the exact same pitch. But either way, it's going to be called ball. As Parker's going to go back to work with 2 outs. He sets, and the pitch is going to be swing and a miss. And the 1-1. That's going to be hit to Jacob White. He's got to play anywhere, and he's just going to step on it. And great job by Parker Newby, as he had bases loaded with 1 out, and he only gives up 1 run. That's going to be a tie ball game, 3-3, as we go into the bottom half of the 4th. This is 3rd Region Sports Network. And we are back. As we thought that maybe after the Aces had a leadoff triple followed by a single, the Aces might have been cooking to get some runs here, and it would have been the top half of the 4th. But they're only going to score 1 run off that triple, as they had bases loaded with 1 out, and Parker Newby does well, lets the defense work, gets 2 ground balls, as we are here in the bottom half of the 4th, and the man of the last minute, Parker Newby, is going to step into the plate, see if he can help himself out a little bit. Try to get on and bring the bat to Cole Dixon as he is on deck. And see if they can turn this lineup upside down and get back to the top. As that's going to be called strike right down the middle, as Parker was not ready for it. 3-3 here in the bottom half of the 4th. And Hayden delivers, and it's going to be a ball looped in to shallow left, and left fielder is going to be under it and make the catch. That's going to be 1 out. As a 7th grader, Cole Dixon, number 8, steps into plate. Definitely been impressed with this kid, as he was called up here in few weeks ago to play in All-A, and as I hear, he's played well, and obviously he's still in the lineup here, so he must be doing something right as he draws first pitch ball. And Dixon's going to look at a strike on the outer half, bring the count 1-1 with 1 out. With Cody Axton on deck. Dixon's going to look at one, almost the same pitch, but I guess it was a little more out. Just count 2-1. 2-1, I'm sorry. Hayden delivers, and that's going to be a base hit. Yep, that's going to fall in right in front of the left fielder. That's going to be a 1-out single by Cole Dixon.
Coming back, number 11, Cody Axton.
As Cody Axton steps into the plate. With 1 out, this is definitely another situational at bat. Might not be looking for the sacrifice, but definitely can hit one in that huge hole between first base and second base to see if Dixon can have enough wheels to get over to third base. We'll see what he does as Hayden delivers, and it's going to be almost like a pitch out is what it looked like at first, but I think he just missed up and out, and that's going to be 1-0. Is going to be the same pitch. See if the Hornets can get this runner on. They'll definitely have something cooking here with Tanner Singleton, top of the order, on deck, and that ball is going to be hit, fouled up to the second base, and Max Reed will make the play, as that's going to step up Tanner Singleton with 2 outs. Definitely can still work out of this, rally with 2 outs, see if they can bring Dixon in home. Tanner's a very good hitter. He can definitely find a hole and let Dixon's wheels work for him and see if he almost had him leaning there on first, but he's going to be safe as he dives back into first safe. Dixon kind of got himself out there a little bit too far, and Hayden wanted to look over at him as he gets a secondary, and Tanner's going to loop one in. Might fall. Nope. Second baseman Max Reed is going to make the play as he's made 2 consecutive fly ball catches, and that's going to be it in the 4th. And we're going to go to the top half of the 5th. The Aces and Hornets tied at 3. This is Third Region Sports Network. We're back at Tommy Count Field, and we're in the top half of the 5th. Hornets and the Aces both tied at 3. As the Aces threatened in their last inning, they had bases loaded, and the Hornets seemed to manage with only 1 run given up, and that brings us to 3-3. And that's where we are as we stand, and number 16, J.R. Gates is going to step into the plate. And the 5th inning is underway as the Parker newbie's going to throw a pitch out. 1-0 to Gates. And 1-0 is going to be a swing and a miss. And that ball is going to be a base hit into shallow right field as Cameron White comes up and makes it. He was just playing a little too deep. I don't know if any normal position out there could have made that play. That was just a good piece of hitting by Gates as he floats one in shallow right. And we're going to bring the courtesy back in as that steps in the 6th hole. Sam McFarland. as again the Aces get a leadoff base hit. And we'll see if the Hornets can do what they did last time to work around it. As Parker misses up and out. Oh, that's going to be hit to Parker, and he's going to struggle with it. And I'm not really sure. I guess you're taught in baseball, if you bobble the ball, go to first. But he definitely had the chance to throw him out there on second. And I believe that's kind of what went through his head. He kind of hesitated, and I guess the best thing for hesitation is just to throw it first. Hornets had a chance at a double play there, but it's going to be bobbled by Parker, and we got one out with the runner on second.
Stepping to the box, number 25, Sam High.
But still, he definitely had the play there on second base. As the ball was hit very hard back to the pitcher. But anyway, we got one out. Steps in the 7 hole. That's going to be a ball out and away. Number 25. And the 1-0 is going to be a little check swing, and he's going to be called on it, I think. Yep. Catholic faithful is definitely not happy with that call, but he did swing. And it's going to bring the count 1-1 with one out here in the top half of the 5th. We got a runner on second. That ball is going to be hit into center field, and Tanner kind of backs up on the play, and he's not able to make the play. The ball gets away from him. That's going to score the runner from second. As Tanner definitely had a chance to make the play in center. He could have caught it. Instead, he backs up and misses the ball. Rolls almost all the way to the fence as the runner from second is going to score. And they just traded positions as we got one out here. And in steps Luke Evans. And that's going to bring the Catholic lead 4-3. And Parker's going to miss where he's been missing a lot there on the up and out to the right-handed batters. Runner on second's got a short lead, but he's going to be checked on by Parker Newby. Nobody there at second, just to maybe a little chance for Parker to take a breather. One ball here to Evans. As he looks at one right down the plate. And the 1-1. That's going to be fouled back. Dixon over there on second. Takes back his position, and it's going to be a breaking ball that stays up. As Luke Evans looks like a young guy. I'm told he's an 8th grader, and he's going to lace one into shallow center field. And that's going to be a base hit, and that's going to be an RBI. As the ball is cut off by Lathan, and good job by Luke Evans as he plates a run for the Aces. Gets a 2-2 pitch he can handle, and he gets a base hit right over the shortstop, right where the center fielder can't make a play. And we're going to bring in number 2, Luke Scales. As the Aces have battled back and take the lead here in the top half of the 5th, 5-3. The Aces haven't done too much, just situational hitting where they get a runner on and they hit him in, as the Aces have been known to do that. And that's what they're doing here. And they hit a ball right past Lathan Lamar on first base as they're going to move Evans from all the way from first to third. And that's just another example of the Aces situational hitting. You know, they don't do too much. I'm not sure how many home runs they've hit, so it might not be a whole lot of a power team. But they definitely, when they have runners on, they take advantage, and that's what they're doing here in the 5th. as they got one out. Corey Axon is going to give the infield a signal for the first and third. Man, the pitcher, Luke Hayden. With one out and runners in the corners. And runner on first base is going to step up. Luke Scales, that is. And now we have runners on second and third. You could kind of expect that that's what was going to happen as he read the pitch ball in the dirt. And Luke Hayden's definitely in a good position to pick up 2 RBIs. And he's going to hit it the other way, and it's going to be fouled back into the screen. Hayden shows there he might be able to work all places of the field. Might not just be a pull lefty, as that's what you see a lot. And you have the infield in. See if they can make a play at home. As this is what they did the last time the ball was snuck up and right up the middle. Now, we're in more of a position where this is a little more understandable than the last time, because innings are dwindling. They're down 2 runs. As they're going to try and get a ground ball and throw the runner out if he takes off. And that's Luke Evans over there on third. And the 2-2 to Hayden. And it's going to be called strike 3, and that's going to be his second strikeout of the day. As he last at bat struck out swinging, this time he strikes out looking. As Hayden definitely did not agree with the call. But that's going to bring 2 outs. And Max Reed is going to step into the plate. He's going to look at a ball down. Corey's still working hard back there to keep the runners where they are. Definitely been impressed by Corey tonight, as he's definitely had his fair share of balls in the dirt and balls up and out. He's seen it all tonight. Max Reed has 2-0, and 2-0 is going to be down and away, or down and in, I'm sorry. That's going to bring the count 3-0. If he walks him here, you got the 3-hole hitter on deck. As I'm sure Reed is just, yep, he's looking all the way there, and that's what he does. He's going to draw another walk, 4-pitch walk. And out we're going to bring Coach Mike Mosby. We might be in a pitching change. I'm not sure what this is. McCormick has been coming out to just settle down pitchers, and that might just be what we're doing here. But kind of looks like Mike Mosby might have a little different look on as he calls Cameron White in, but it looks like they might be pitching Jacob White. So we're going to have some defensive positioning. Cameron's going to go get him a different glove, as he might take first base. Well, he might just be going into the dugout. I'm not really sure. Well, I'll tell you all about it. We'll figure it out as we have a pitching change. Jacob White's going to pitch now for the Hornets. This is Third Region Sports Network. And we're back as Jacob White is now on the mound for the Hornets. To tell you some of the defensive move that has been made by the Hornets. Now we have Cameron White moving to third base, keeping Latham Lamar at first, and Parker Newby has gone from the mound to right field. Everything else stays the same, as the Aces are up 5-3 on the Hornets. Hornets came back, took a 3-2 lead, but now they find themselves down 2 here in the top half of the 5th with the bases low with 2 outs. And it'll be good to see Jacob White Sr. see if he can come in and shut this down, limit the damage here done in the 5th. The first pitch is going to be called a ball. And the 1-0, and that's going to be a ball hit to Jacob White, and it's going to be off his glove, but it's going to go right to Cody Axon as the Hornets definitely catch a break there. As it hits off Jacob's glove, the damage is done here in the top half of the 5th. The Hornets trail 5-3. This is Third Region Sports Network. And we're back here in the bottom half of the 5th as the Hornets find themselves down 2. As Jacob White is going to lead off the Hornets, followed by Cameron White and I believe Lathan Lamar. Lathan has had a solo home run here tonight. And we'll see if Jacob White can pick him up one, as he's got 4 on the season. Now, as we talked last game, the Hornets got a wide variety of walk-up songs. Country, pop, rock, yodeling. They've got it all. And Jacob White's going to get it. See a breaking ball, and he's going to hit it into right field. And the right fielder takes a terrible route, as Jacob White might find himself on third base as well. He's going to go in head first. As the right fielder took a terrible route, not taking anything away from Jacob White as he hits a first pitch breaking ball into right field. But the right fielder definitely gives the Hornets a break, and they find themselves with a runner on third. That's going to play Cameron White. He's definitely got some power. Followed by Lathan Lamar. So the Hornets are definitely in a position to get a couple runs back here. One for sure. We'll see how it shakes out. And Cameron White's going to be first pitch swinging. And that's going to be fouled back. I was really, really impressed with Jacob White there, as he's seen that breaking ball. And most batters, they see first pitch breaking ball, they just spit on it. But Jacob White, he's seen it, and he took it where it was pitched, and he finds himself on third base. And same thing. That's going to be a base hit for Cameron White as he picks it up an RBI. And now the Hornets are doing some situational hitting as they have back-to-back base hits, both the right field. And that's going to plate Lathan Lamar, as he's got a 1 home run on the night. Takes the lead to 5-4 for the Aces. So the Hornets definitely not backing down. That was a great job by Cameron White. And Lathan's going to look at a first pitch ball. And Cameron's going to be taken off on the pitch and the ball. And he's going to get a stolen base. Cameron White's going to get a stolen base. And it was almost as if he was on like a pile of marbles as he just slid and he kept going. And Aces are going to do something we've already seen here tonight. They're going to put Lathan Lamar on as the base is open, looking at a chance to get a double play. Now we'll see if Andrew Bloom can make that hurt, as we got no outs here in the bottom half of the fifth. Hornets have already scored one. It is 5-4. Runners on first and second. Andrew Bloom coming in. There's a hole between first baseman and the line, and a big hole still between the second baseman and the first baseman. It's definitely a base hit. For sure scores one. Depending on where it's hit, they might score Lathan for first base. But the first pitch is going to be a ball to Andrew Bloom. Second pitch is going to be called strike right down the plate. And that's going to be a breaking ball, and it kind of made Andrew Bloom kind of hesitate there. But he got lucky. The umpire called it a ball, and he set in the count 2-1. Definitely impressed here by the Hornets seniors as they stepped up, try to lead their team to fight back against these Aces. And Luke Hayden is definitely showing a little bit of non-confidence as he's thrown 3 balls, 1 strike. None of them have really been close. As if Bloom can draw a walk or get a base hit, Hornets definitely can put themselves in a position to take this lead. And Bloom is going to roll one over into the second baseman. They got 1 out at first, and they're going to, or 1 out on second. Bloom's going to have enough wheels to run it out there on first. So definitely not what you wanted, but there's only 1 out. Runner on first. They move the runner over to third, and that's going to play Corey Axon. Definitely in a position to pick up an RBI and tie this game for the Hornets. One out, runners on the corners. Corey Axton. Hayden delivers, and it's going to be a ball hit into right field. Good job by Corey Axton, as he's going to might pick up 2 RBIs here. Bloom, he's going to hold up, but he's definitely going to pick up 1. He's going to tie the game, and that is a clutch hit by Corey Axton, as that is exactly what the Hornets needed, and brings the Aces lead down, and we've got a tie ball game here in the bottom half of the fifth, as the Hornets have fought back, tied the game again, and we're going to see if we can pick up some more here. I'm not sure if we got a pitching change or what's going on here, but we got a coach coming out to talk to Hayden, as that was a great job by Corey. Corey's had a great game tonight. He's worked hard behind the plate. He picks up a clutch RBI there in the bottom half of the fifth, and that's going to be the end of the day for Luke Hayden on the mound, as we're going to bring in a reliever, and we'll tell you about him here when we come back. This is Third Region Sports Network. back. As we got Everett Muncie, I'm told he's an 8th grader on the mound for the Aces. That's going to play Parker Newby as he's got runners on the corners with 1 out. A clutch single by Corey Axton brings home the tying run here in the bottom half of the 5th as the Hornets have battled back, and Corey's going to just kind of take his time going to second, see if the catcher makes a decision to throw at it and maybe bring home Bloom, but he doesn't budge, and he's going to take second base. And Parker with the 1-0 is going to look at it. And the 8th grader is going to fall behind 2-0 to his first batter of the day, Everett Muncie. And that's going to be a breaking ball, called strike. Yeah, definitely falling behind 2-0. The 8th grader is going to drop a breaking ball right across the plate. It's very, very pretty pitch. Kind of left Parker for a loop, and he's going to throw the same pitch, but that one's going to be in the dirt as he falls behind Parker 3-1. But Cole Dixon had a nice hit. His last at bat is on deck with 1 out. The 3-1 is going to be called strike right down the middle. Yeah, I'm not sure if Parker was straight take on that pitch, but it looked like he didn't want any part of it as it was right down the middle. Brings the count 3-2. With the infield in, and it's going to be another breaking ball, and Parker's going to foul it off. Eighth grader is definitely not scared to throw that breaking ball, as we've learned that might be his go-to pitch. It's been pretty twice. Let's see if they can get Parker to chase, and he fouls it off. So we got 1 out. Both runners in scoring position. Muncie's going to step off and gather himself. And 3-2. This is going to be a ball hit to the third baseman. It's going to keep Bloom at third, and they're going to throw out Parker Newby. So the runners stay. Instead of 1 out, we got 2 outs now. And
Come to bat, Hancock County, number 22, Andrew Hagman.
And that's going to play Andrew Hagman, number 23. And that's going to be another hook for Muncie as he is going to start 0-2. It's almost as if Hagman was ready for it, but he rolled over, fouled it off. Pretty impressed with this breaking ball by an 8th grader. He's definitely not scared to throw it. He seems pretty confident with throwing it, and we'll see if he does that on the 0-1. It's going to be a fastball down and out to Hagman, and he falls behind 0-2. Hagman definitely needs to shorten up here, put the ball in play, as it's going to be kind of a tough pill to swallow for the Hornets to not take advantage of both runners in scoring position, but they have already tied the ball game, and that's what's going to happen. Hagman's going to swing and miss on a 0-2 breaking ball, and that's going to be all for the 5th inning as we go into the top of the 6th. Hornets Aces tied at 5. This is Third Region Sports Network. And we're back from Tommy Count Field. Almost set and ready to start the 6th inning as the Aces and the Hornets are deadlocked, tied at 5. As the Hornets took a 3-2 lead, and Aces fought back, took the lead back 5-2, or 5-3. I'm sorry, and the Hornets have taken 2 more back, so we're tied at 5. And Corey throws a strike down the second baseman. And we're about ready to set and start the 6th inning, as this is another game that's cruising right along. And we still got Jacob White on the mound. Threw 2 pitches his last inning as a ball, and got him a ground ball to get out of the inning. And first pitch is going to be up and in. As we are in the top of the 6th. And the 1-0 is going to be laced into center field, and Tanner's there, and he's going to snag it and get the ball in, as that's another leadoff single for the Aces. And that's going to bring number 16 Gates into the plate, the 5-hole hitter. This is nothing new to the Hornets. The Aces have had multiple leadoff base hits, and they're going to steal him, and there's going to be thrown down the second base, but not in time. As the runner kind of slid again, like they're on marbles. I'm not sure. There must be a lot of dirt that's loose out there and really slick. 'Cause Cameron White almost came completely off the bag. But either way, we got a stolen base, and we got a runner on second with no outs. Let's count as 1-0. It's going to be just inside. Just inside the Gates. 2-0. See if Jacob can work around this 6th inning jam, as every run at this point is crucial. Either way, has 2 more innings to go. Tie ball game. Good job for Jacob White to battle back down 2-0 and get a foul ball. Give him a little more confidence to go after Gates here. Gives a couple looks to second base, fires, and that's going to be another base hit right up the middle. And they're going to send, no, they're going to hold him. Tanner does a good job getting the ball back in as they throw it in home. And runners going to be on the corners here for the Aces. As every time the Hornets fight back, put themselves back in this game, the Aces fight back and they get back-to-back base hits, and we got runners on the corners. Got another courtesy. It seems like we've seen that courtesy all night. So Gates has done a really good job getting on base. As Corey's going to give another signal to first and third situation to his infield. Sam McFarland steps in. Another situation to pick up an RBI. As the lead at this point is big for either team. Jacob White checks on the runner first. Gets the ball back from Lathan, and the runner was off, but the ball is going to be fouled over to Cameron White. See if he can make the play in foul territory, and he falls, but he catches the ball. So we got one out. Definitely turned a routine foul ball into something not quite routine, but the ball was definitely hit high. The ball is definitely probably moving up around in that air, but he makes the play. He hangs on, and that's a big out. That's a big out for Jacob and the Hornets, because now instead of no outs with runners on the corners, you got one out, and you still got a chance to get a double play. And no damage done at all. So we'll see what happens. And Jacob's going to go inside, and just a little too inside as we bring the count to 1-0 with one out. And we're going to have a third to first. Both runners don't hesitate. They go right back to the bases. With Jacob White on the third to first move. And the 1-0, the runner's on the move. He's going to throw it down. No, he's just going to throw it to Jacob. He popped up, fired back to see if they can get the third baseman or the runner on third base to come home, maybe try to get him in a rundown, but they don't budge. So we got a stolen base. We got runners both in scoring position. A 1-1, one out. Double play is out of play. And that's going to be a ball inside, and that's going to get away. We might have a play here at the plate, and he's going to be called out. Now that's a huge play by the Hornets. Good job by Jacob White to, be aware. He's got to come home, make that play. Corey gets back to the ball. He gets a nice throw to Jacob White and tagged down. It's almost as the runner that was coming home, he kind of knew he was out. And we got to count 2-1 with 2 outs. Now that was a huge out by the Hornets. Like I said, the runner was coming in, and he almost knew he was dead in the water as he kind of lit up, slid, and tagged out. So if they can get out of this, Hornets got something cooking. Jacob goes right at him. Throws a fastball right down the plate. Number 25 does not touch it, and we got 2s all across the scoreboard. Jacob sets, fires, 2-2, and he's going to hit him. And in steps Luke Evans. He had a base hit his last at bat. As we're still tied at 5, as the Hornets are trying to dodge a bullet here in the 6th. And the first pitch to Evans is going to be just miss up. Might have been a little bit inside. Didn't miss by much. The guy runners on the corners, and he's going to check on the runner over there first. 2 away. And the 1-0 is going to be up and away. Bring the count 2-0 with 2 outs. The Hornets will take it out any way they can get it. And Jacob's going to miss up. And on deck we have the 9-hole on deck. So between these 2 batters, the Hornets definitely need to find an out. And the 3-0 is going to be up and away, and we're going to have another walk. 4-pitch walk. That's going to load the bases for the 9-hole. And McCormick's going to come out, talk to Jacob, try and settle him down. And Jacob is very knowledgeable of the sport. He knows the situation. All he needs is ground ball or get out of this. As the Hornets are trying to get out of a jam here in the 6th, as they fought back and tied the ball game. After back-to-back base hits with no outs to start the 6th, we got 2 outs. Steps in Luke Scales. And Jacob delivers, and it's going to be foul tip into Corey's mitt. 0-1, Jacob White goes right at him. As he should. And the 0-1 Scales is going to be a base hit. Base hit. It's going to fall right into right field. Parker Newby comes in. He scores 2. Parker's going to throw it up and away, and it's going to go into the screen, but Evans is not going to come home. As that was a clutch hit by a 9-hole, and they've put up 2 more here. Jacob made the pitch, and batter took it and hit it. Pulled on it and Nice hit by Scales. Brings in number 7, Luke Hayden, as he has had back-to-back strikeouts, but he's in a definitely big position here to pick himself up, as he's got runners on second and third. White delivers. It's going to be cold strike right down the middle. 2 away here in the 6th. White comes, sets, delivers. Might have been some kind of breaking ball that stays outside. With this view I got, I definitely can't really tell what kind of pitches they're throwing. And White's going to miss out and away to the left-handed hitting Luke Hayden. 2-1 with 2 outs. Hayden's going to foul one back. And again, we got 2s across the scoreboard. Runners on second and third. And the 2-2 is going to be hit just foul down the third baseline, as Hayden almost sneaked one in right side in the line, and he could have picked up 2 there. But instead it's going to be foul ball, and runners are going to go back. And we're going to do this pitch again. As Hayden shows again, he can use all parts of the field, as he almost sneaks one inside the line. We'll see how Jacob reacts, as he's going to bring the 2-2. Just misses outside. Just misses outside. Might have been a little low and away, but up here it looked pretty good, and that's going to bring a full count. Full count with 2 outs. Runners will not be on the move, as their first base is unoccupied. But they're going to walk him, so now we got bases loaded. 2 outs. All Jacob White needs to do is settle in, get him a ground ball, and he's out of this inning. As the Hornets have definitely proven that just because they're down, that does not mean they're going to give up. They've fought back all night long, and they still got 2 innings of work left. But they're definitely in a desperate place to get an out, as number 2 hole batter Max Reed steps into the plate. And that's going to be a ball that is foul down third baseline. Tell you what, though, that would have been a position for Cameron White to make a decision, as the runner from second was already almost to third, and with Reed's speed, definitely couldn't have thrown him out at first. We might have been going home on that one. It definitely been interesting, but it is foul ball. As Jacob White starts 0-1 with 2 outs. He delivers, and it's going to be fouled well out of play. That hit that pole. It hit the railing and bounced straight up in the air. I bet he can never do that again. That was kind of cool. And the 0-2 to Reed is going to be down and in, and Corey thought maybe it was behind him, but it was right under him. So it brings the count 1-2. And the 1-2 is going to be a ball hit to the shortstop, and he's just going to get the easy one on second. So damage is done here in the top half of the 6th, as the Aces lead extends to 7-5. We'll bring you the bottom of the 6th and the rest of the game here on 3rd Region Sports Network. And we are back as the Aces lead 7-5. And as the Hornets have done all night, they find themselves down and see if they can crawl back in it, as they've done it twice tonight. But the innings are definitely dwindling as they got 6 more outs to give, and they need 2 runs. And Cody's going to look at one from the 8th grader, Everett Muncie. And 1-0 is going to be maybe falling down. No, the shortstop's going to make the play. Yep, hit it right off the end of the bat, and that's going to be easy out for Muncie as he gets a fly ball to the shortstop. And with 1 out, Tanner Singleton's going to step into the plate. With 1 out, the Hornets are definitely in good position here as they bring the top of the order as they need to. Maybe they can split these innings and get 1-1, but they definitely need some runs. Tanner's going to look at one, a breaking ball that's going to fall well out of the zone. And that's going to hit him. And as the Hornets, that's definitely a good thing. At this point, you need base runners, and that's what we got. We got a runner on first as senior Jacob White steps into the plate. So we'll see what Jacob White can do with a runner on first. And it's a breaking ball, and he's going to take it the other way. Might burn the right fielder, and he does. And the ball is going to hit off the wall. Tanner's going to come in, and he's going to stop at third. And that's a great piece of hitting. That's the second time Jacob White has taken the first pitch breaking ball and hit it to right field. And Tanner ends up on third. He kind of had to hesitate because he wasn't sure if the right fielder would make the grab, but it definitely goes well over his head. And we got runners again in scoring position for Cameron White, as Jacob White has came in clutch back-to-back hits here, and we'll see if Cameron White can do the same thing. As with 1 out, with runners both in scoring position, and again, these seniors are stepping up, trying to pull their team in for a win against Catholic. Seeing the 8th grader Everett Muncie, as he's definitely made some good pitches and been pretty impressive here tonight as an 8th grader. But he's going to fall behind 2-0 to Cameron White, as the Hornets are just focused on getting a runner on and just passing it on to the next man up. And the 2-0 is going to be lifted into the infield as the third baseman takes charge and makes the grab. And we got 2 outs as number 10, Lathan Lamar, steps in. The 2-0, Cameron White's going to swing and drop his shoulder just enough to get the ball right into the infield, and we got 2 outs. See if Lathan Lamar can get a clutch hit, as his team definitely needs these 2 runs in to tie this game to go into the 7th. And they're going to put him on.
Here's the kid that pitched against us.
And we are going to have a pitching change. They intentionally put on Lathan. They're going to bring the bases loaded with 2 outs. Andrew Bloom's going to step in, and we're going to take a break. This is Third Region Sports Network. back Tommy County Field as Mason Grant, a junior, is going to do the pitching for the Aces as he's got bases loaded with 2 outs, and he's going to see senior Andrew Bloom, a lefty on lefty, as the Aces go with a little bit of strategy here. Crucial moment. See if Andrew Bloom can pick up a base hit and give his team the tie or maybe even the lead. And it's going to be a breaking ball up and away. First pitch to Andrew Bloom. 1-0, 2 outs. That's going to be a ball down in the dirt. Bring the count 2-0. Bases are loaded full of Hornets, and they're all seniors as well as senior Andrew Bloom. So you can see senior leadership definitely taking into place here to try and bring these Hornets back into this ball game. As the 2-0 is delivered, and it's going to be right down the plate. And the 2-1 is going to be down and out. A walk is definitely nothing that the Hornets can complain about if that's what they get. They will gladly take that, as that will score a run. So we'll see what happens here with 3-1 count with 2 outs, bases loaded. And 3-1 to Andrew Bloom. Is going to be a base hit up the middle. Is it going to get through? Yes, it is. That might score 2. Jacob White's going to come in, and well done by Andrew Bloom. Just enough where Max Reed cannot make the play. Ball hit right up the middle, and we got 7-7 score here in the bottom half of the 6th, as again the Hornets have fought their way back into this game. And we'll see if Corey Axton, who picked up a clutch hit his last at bat, see if he can do it again and give these Hornets the lead. As they are definitely happy with a tie, but they will definitely take a lead going into the top half of the 7th. See if the Hornets can close it down against a rival Owensboro Catholic, which they have already seen them once this year, as they knocked them out of the All-A tournament. The score of 3-2, I believe. And Corey's going to see a pitch up and away. Well done by Andrew Bloom. Didn't do too much. Just hit a ball right back to where it was pitched, and we got ourselves a tie ball game. And Corey likes the pitch he sees, and he's going to foul it back. Bring the count 1-1. As Corey's had a great ball game tonight, behind the plate and at the plate. And he can make that night even better here if he can pick up a base hit to bring in the go-ahead run.
Oh, now, come on.
And that pitch in the inside corner, and that pitch that has been on the inside corner all night that's been called the ball. He's calls it a strike this time. As Corey falls behind 1-2 and the runner goes, and that's going to be called strike 3 when he swings through it. And that's going to be all of the 6. But, again, the Hornets fight back and bring the score back to 7-7. And we're going to go to the top half of the 7th. This is the 3rd Region Sports Network. And we are back here in the top half of the 7th. Jacob White is back on the mound for the Hornets. And going into the bottom half of the 6th, the Hornets were down 7-5 and led by their seniors. They fought themselves back in as Andrew Bloom gets a base hit right up the middle, and Max Reed couldn't make the play on it, and that brings the score 7-7. As the 3-hole hitter, number 6, Tyler Durham, steps into the plate. And that's going to be a fly ball lifted to Cody at second base, and he makes play in shallow right field. Yep, great work by Jacob White. First pitch, he gets an out on a fly ball to Cody Axton. As we are in the 7th. As every pitch here in the 7th inning is very valuable. And definitely don't have a whole lot of room for mistake. Jacob White gets in a first pitch out, as he's going to see the 4-hole batter. He's going to go up and in on him. That's going to be a ball. The 1-0 is going to be a ball hit to Cole Dixon, the shortstop. He makes the play and throws him out. And that's going to be 3 pitches and 2 outs for Jacob White, as he's very efficient here in 7th. See if he can keep it up, as he's going to see number 16, Goats. As this is the first time that we've seen this type of inning from the Hornets. As I keep calling this kid Goats, I'm told that it's not Goats, it is Gates. I'm not really sure why I keep saying Goats, but it's Gates, and he has a
He's right up on the plate.
1-0 count. And that ball is going to be smoked foul. Long strike. And the 1-1 going to be in the dirt. Back into the screen. And 2-1. And Jacob gets a gift as Goats goes down and swings at a pitch, almost bounced in to Corey Axton, but he fouls it off and brings the count 2-2. The 2-2 to Gates. Foul back. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Corey blocks it up, does a good job, throws him out of first. Great job. Good work by Jacob White and the Hornets as we're going to go into the bottom of the 7th. We're tied 7-7, and this is 3rd Region Sports Network. we're back to Tommy County Field as the Hornets are in a great position to get a walk-off win here as the score is tied 7-7 in the bottom of the seventh. And this is we got a new pitcher, and that's going to be number 3, Finley Muncie. I guess we got brothers on the team. And he is a freshman. As this is something you got to love about baseball. 7-7, tied in the bottom of the seventh, and the Hornets are going to have 7, 8, 9 as we got Newbie, Dixon, and Cody Axton. As we got some pump-up music playing, hopefully get these guys a little focused, energized, and see if they can win this thing against rival Owensboro Catholic. And if they can win tonight, that'll be 2 wins over Owensboro Catholic. And definitely coming from somebody that's played Catholic, that's a huge accomplishment. That's something to be proud of, and definitely a lot of momentum that can be built. And today to go to play tomorrow against South Spencer, and a huge weekend ahead as the Hornets are going to travel to Whitaker Bank Park in Lexington, take on Hazard in the All-A Classic State Tournament. So we'll see what happens here tonight as Parker Newby steps in. And all you need at this point is to get on. Need a base runner and work him around and try and win this game. And we'll see what the freshman can do on the mound, as it's going to be first pitch up and out. As the pitcher definitely knows the situation as well as Parker does, so it's important. It's important to see what he can do. And that's going to be another ball. A ball that hits the screen. And both pitches, he's not even close, so you start to think the freshman's a little rattled. He's trying to settle in the situation when he knows that he could definitely give this game up if Hornets can push one across. But he battles back and puts one right down the plate, as Parker was probably straight take there, as the first 2 pitches weren't even close. And the 2-1 to Parker is going to be fouled into the screen. So after 2-0, the freshman battles back, 2-2 count. And the 2-2. It's going to be hit to the third baseman. Third baseman backpedals, makes the play, and he great scoop by the first baseman. As Parker had the lead of the count 2-0, the freshman battles back 2-2, gets ground ball to the third baseman for a easy 5-3 put out. And in steps in the 7th grader, Cole Dixon. See if he can find a way on. Freshman against 7th grader here as Dixon fouls one back, and a nice catch. Nice catch by somebody in the stands. I'm not sure who that was, but they made that look easy. That was pretty impressive. And the 0-1 to Dixon is going to be called strike right down the plate. 0-2. And the 0-2. That's going to hit the umpire right in the face mask. It's a good time for the catcher to go out, talk to his pitcher, see if he does that. He does. Let the umpire take a breather for a second as he got clumped right in the head. Yeah, I don't even think the catcher had a glove on it. So definitely good for the catcher to go out, talk to his pitcher, give the umpire some time to shake that one off. As Dixon brings the count to 1-2 with 1 out here in the bottom half of the 7th. As we're tied 7-7, the Hornets need 1 run, and they'll pick up a walk-off win here against the Owensboro Catholic Aces. And the 1-2 to Dixon is going to be well out. 2-2. And the 2-2 It'd be called strike 3. It looked like it was right down the middle, but it might have been a little low, and that's might be why Cole Dixon kind of hesitated, didn't want to swing. But either way, he's rung up, and he's going to go back to the dugout, and there's going to be 2 outs. Cody Axon steps into the plate. And again, with 2 outs, Hornets still need a runner on. And that's going to be a ball that might find that hole that's been there all night long, and Max Reed can't make the play. Like I've said all night, that hole's been there, and Cody tries to find it as Reed has to come all the way over from second base to try to make the play, which he cannot. And that's going to bring Tanner Singleton. Again, these seniors got 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way down. And they have definitely been the game changer tonight. See if the seniors can step up here. They got the runner on that they needed with 2 outs. See if Tanner can get a clutch base hit. And in this game in the 7th, this Tanner's going to look at a pitch well off the plate. Cody's got average lead over there on first. The delivering, he's going to get hit again for the 2nd time in a row as Tanner's very frustrated. He definitely didn't want the bat taken out of his hands. He wanted the clutch moment. But either way, the Hornets got 2 on here as the freshman might again be a little bit rattled. And Jacob White, the man that's seen 2 pitches in his last 2 at-bats, and he's taken both breaking balls to right field. And we'll see what they do against him now. They definitely can't put him on because you got 2 more power hitters right behind him in Cameron White and Lathan Lamar if we even get that far. I guess we won't see Lathan here. We'll either see Jacob and Cameron, or Jacob's going to end it. As we will not see Lathan Lamar here in the 7th. All right, we'll see what Jacob White can do as he steps in with 2 outs. The winning run on second, and that's a great pick by the catcher, and he tries to throw him out at second. Very impressive by the catcher to hold the runner at second, and Cody was kind of leading towards third a little bit, but he gets back in time, and that's a ball. So 1-0 to Jacob White with 2 outs. The winning run on second base. The 1-0 Jacob White. It's going to be a curveball that does not fall into the strike zone, and 2-0. And the 2-0 going to be called strike on the inner half of the plate. So 2-1 with 2 outs. Tied 7-7. And the 2-1. It's going to be up and in. 3-1. With Cameron White on deck. And 3-1. It's going to be a breaking ball called strike. Now that's a pretty impressive pitch by a freshman to trust his curveball on a 3-1 count, and he drops it right in the strike zone. So we got 3-2, 2 outs. Runners will be on the move. And there they go. And it's going to be ball in the dirt. And if the Aces don't, okay, I was going to say, they definitely took their time to get that ball, but here we go. Base is loaded. Now, this is something as a baseball player you dream of. You know, you got in the last inning with 2 outs, bases loaded, winning run on third. This is all you'd ever want as a baseball player. as number 25, Cameron White, steps into the plate. See if he can deliver a clutch hit, give these Hornets a win over the Catholic Aces. And that's going to be low ball as Cameron looks at it. As the pitcher has to give him a pitch to hit. He has nowhere to put him. And Cameron's going to foul one off down to the Catholic dugout. 1-1. Cody Axton, the winning run on third base. The 1-1. It's going to be a breaking ball, and Cameron White does everything to hold back, and he does, and it's going to bring the count 2-1. As a base hit will win it. And the freshman going to step off, take a minute, deep breath, as I'm sure he's very aware of the situation. Base is loaded, 2-1, and it's going to be a ball that's hit up the middle, and the shortstop tries to make a play, and he throws it, and he calls him out on second. He calls him out on second, and Mosby is in disgust as he's going to go ask for an explanation because that would end the game. The ball was hit up, right up the middle to the shortstop. They called Jacob White out on the forced play at second base, and to me it looked like he was safe. As that will be the end of the seventh. We'll talk about it more here on the top of the eighth as we go to extras. This is Third Region Sports Network. Back, and we're in extras. Extra innings as a ball that was hit up by Cameron White right up the middle, hit to the shortstop, and very debatable call there on second. If Jacob White was called safe, that would have scored Cody from third, and that would have been the game. But instead, they call him out, and we are in the top of this eighth. So we'll see what the Aces can do. As this has been a very good game tonight here at Tommy County Field. Both teams have battled. Hornets have battled back all night long. And Jacob White is still on the mound, and he delivers a strike right down the plate to McFarland, I believe. Yep, to McFarland. He is the 6-hole batter. So Jacob White's going to see 6, 7, 8, the bottom half of the order, which has been a pretty loud half of the order. You know, most bottom halves you would think that you can roll right through them, but that's definitely not been the case as they've had some base hits here from 6, 7, 8, 9, and we'll see what happens with the 1-1 to McFarland. It's going to be out and away. And that's going to be ball hit to center field. And that's going to be easy catch for Tanner Singleton as he hardly even had to move a step. So good work by Jacob White getting him a fly ball. And going to be one out.
Come to bat, number 25, Sam Hyde.
As Sam Hyde steps into the plate. With one out here in the top half of the 8th. Extra innings. 1-0. And the 1-0 is going to be inside. Called ball, 2-0. And the 2-0 is going to be hit right up the middle. Jacob had to duck to get out of the way of that one as that ball was hit hard. And Tanner kind of bobbles it, and they're going to try and extend this to second as well as they do. As that was very aggressive base running. And a ball that was hit up right in the middle. Tanner looked like just a routine ground ball there in center field. He kind of bobbled it, and Aces definitely took advantage as they sneak a base, and now we got a runner on second as Luke Evans steps into the plate with one out. We'll see what they do here in this situation as Jacob comes set, and ball's going to be out and away. The 1-0 to Evans is fouled back. 1-1. Tell you what, by both clubs tonight, this has been a hard-fought game both ways. 7-7 extra innings, and Jacob delivers the 1-1. It's going to be a called ball out and away. There's been multiple clutch hits and big-time strikeouts and ground balls as Jacob's going to miss, and the ball's going to go right back to the catcher, Corey, as Jacob kind of missed his location there and hits a ball, or gets a ball that's right off the backstop, goes right to Corey, and he tried to throw him out at third, but he was just not in time, man. The runner takes advantage, and we got a runner on third now with a 3-1 count. Ed Axon's going to take a few steps out and talk to his pitcher. I'm not really sure what the umpire was talking to somebody in the dugout. So I don't know if something was said to him or what was going on, but either way, Luke Evans is going to step back into the plate, and he's got the count in his favor at 3-1 with one out. And the go-ahead run on third. And 3-1. He's going to duck out of the way of it, and it's going to be a walk. And that's going to bring the top half of the order as Luke... No, I'm sorry. That's going to be the 9-hole. Excuse me. Top half of the order is Luke Hayden on deck. So this is number 2, Luke Scales. With runners on the corners. And that ball's going to be hit to the shortstop. We might have a chance. Nope, I'm not. We're going to go try to get the runner at third. That was a perfect throw, and he's going to be called out. Corey Axton hangs. Cole Dixon, I'm not really sure what he was doing when he had the ball. I didn't know why he was coming home with that, but he knew more than I did. The runner was slow. That was a perfect throw by Cole Dixon. Corey hangs strong, puts the tag down, and what a play by the 7th grader shortstop, Cole Dixon. Wow. And that's going to step up Luke Hayden. that might be one of the most heads-up plays I've ever seen by a 7th grader in my entire life.
He come up and make that throw, I thought, you don't have a shot. There's no way. He'd be an absolute strike.
As Colt Dixon definitely saves the go-ahead run, as we're still tied 7-7 here in the top half of the 8th with 2 outs. The 1-1 to Hayden is going to be up and in. What a play. That was something to see. As Jacob gets Hayden swinging, goes in on the hands, and we got 2s again all across the scoreboard, and definitely a big moment, big pitch here for Jacob White. And the 2-2. It's going to be fouled back. So we'll have another 2-2 pitch as we got runners on first and second. 2 outs. After Cole Dixon's game-saving possible play here, the 2-2 is going to be outside just a hair. That's going to be 3-2. With 3-2, 2 outs, runners on first and second, they will be on the move. Biggest pitch of the night. 3-2 to Hayden. And the dirt. But again, good job by Corey Axton, as he has done all night long, keeping balls in front of him and saving runs. His runners were on the move. Who knows? He could have came home there if the ball got away. So we got 2 outs. Bases loaded. As Max Reed steps into the plate, number 10. Well, bases loaded with 2 outs. Jacob delivers. Be a ball in the dirt. As Jacob White has nowhere to put him. And that's going to be a ground ball to Cole Dixon as he makes the play. And you got to love the poise and the effort by Cole Dixon tonight, as he's made probably the play of the game. If the Hornets go on to win this game, you'll remember that play. As we go to the bottom half of the 8th, Hornets and the Aces both 7-7. This is 3rd Region Sports Network. Of the 8th here at Tommy Cowan Field. After a game-saving play by Cole Dixon, as a ground ball that was hit to him, and he threw the runner out at home by a step or 2. The runner slid, and to me, it looked like it wasn't even close. So good play by him, good play by Corey to hang and make the catch and the tag, and that brings us to the bottom half of the 8th. This is number 10, Latham Lamar. As it's going to be Lathan Bloom and Corey Axton. 4, 5, 6. And again, we're in a situation with no outs. You just need runner on, as one runner will do the job. That's going to be a breaking ball. like to give a thank you to Cassie Payne over here helping me on the scoreboard, as sometimes I miss a ball or missing out, and she picks me up. So thanks to her, as the 1-0 is, again, breaking ball low and away. As Latham Moore, I don't believe we'll see a pitch that he can hit, as he's definitely done damage tonight with the solo home run. So they definitely are respecting his power. But again, with a leadoff walk, that's never something you want when you got a runner, and that's a called strike breaking ball. And again, that's 3 straight breaking balls, as I believe that's all Latham Moore will see. We'll see what he goes with the 2-1. And it might have been a fastball or changeup, I couldn't tell, but either way, it's a ball. We got 3-1. I'm not sure if Latham gets on here. Will we do a pinch run? I'm not sure who we got in the dugout, but I'm told that they probably won't. That's going to be a walk.
Number 19, Andrew Bloom.
Usually for pitchers, leadoff walk is nothing you want to mess with. That usually turns into a run, but this night has been anything but ordinary, so we'll see what happens as Andrew Bloom steps into the plate, trying to score Latham Lamar from first base to win the game, as we're in extra innings. And he's going to try and put the butt down, and he gets it down. Good job by Andrew Bloom, and the third baseman hesitates, and he's going to be out.
You gotta be kidding!
The first baseman bails the third baseman out as he picks in the dirt. Another questionable call. But either way, Bloom does his job. He does what he was supposed to as he moves Latham into scoring position for Corey Axton with 1 out, as he delivered a clutch hit, I believe, in the 5th. Let's see if he can do it again and give these Hornets a walk-off win against Owensboro Catholic Aces. And first pitch, Corey. Going to be ball out and away. No, excuse me. He calls it a strike.
That's your catcher.
What?
That's your catcher. You're back there screwing.
He gets called. He does not get the call as the 0-1's delivered. And that was just a hair worse than the last pitch. And that one's a ball. Didn't miss by much like the first one did. Almost looked the same, but either way, the count is 1-1 with 1 out here in the bottom half of the 8th. Winning run on second base. Corey Axton at the plate. The 1-1. Ball's fouled back. Just misses it. Yep. He was looking to go the other way, and he just misses it. But you got to know that these outfielders are aware if they get a ground ball, they're up firing, because Latham Lamar probably will be heading home. So we'll see what happens. The 0-2 ball that's down the way, and that's going to score one. That might go in the nope, does not go in the dugout.
All right, Corey. God, I wish Cody was up. Cody can get a bunt down, Corey. Cody can push a bunt.
Yep, that's what. We're in another situation here as we got the winning run on third, 2-2 count, 1 out. Umpire calls time. Give a chance. Everybody settle in here as the ball was thrown in the dirt and got away from the catcher and almost went into the first base dugout. This pitcher's going to step off, take a deep breath. As
We gotta let the game go somewhere along the line.
we're going to bring the center fielder in.
I mean, you can't just hold the game up. So.
Yep. Center fielder is going to come all the way into the infield. So all you need by anybody is just a ball over to second base, and he's going to swing right through it. But you got to appreciate the effort. He was really looking to end this game. He wanted it, but in steps Parker Newby with 2 outs. So we'll see if Parker can come up clutch, win this game for the Hornets, or if we will see a 9th. And they're going to put him on, as they have done all night long. And definitely not scared to put that runner on. And we're going to bring the man of the hour, Cole Dixon, the one that saved the game. The one that saved the game for the Hornets. Wouldn't have been a walk-off, but it definitely would have been a position where Hornets had to score a run here. So we'll see what the 7th grader can do as he steps into a clutch moment to win this game. As you definitely know that his blood's pumping, his heart's running, and we're going to see what he can do. And we got runners on 1st and 3rd. Cole Dixon steps into the plate after the intentional walk from Parker Newby, and Parker's going to be on the move. Although Parker's run means nothing. The only runner that means anything is Latham Lamar on 3rd base. They'll take any way they can get him. So we'll see what Cole can do. 1-0, and 7th grader wanted that one. He fouls it back. You gotta love these type of moments. And the 1-1 Cole. It's gonna be ball. The 2-1. Ball is going to be fat. No, not fat. He's going to make a catch, but he can't make the play as Cole Dixon is going to get a walk-off hit. And that's it. That's the ball game. And as the ball that was hit right to the second baseman, definitely a play that could have been made by Max Reed. I'm not really sure what happened to him. Don't know if he's seen it coming off the bat. But that is the ball game. And Cole Dixon, as he's the one that saved the game in the top half of the 8th, he wins it here in the bottom half as the Hornets win the game 8-7 against rival Owensboro Catholic. That has been a great game here from Tommy County Field. This has been the 3rd Region Sports Network.